Welcome students, chapter number 1 of Snapshots, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse by William Saroyan. The story is about two teenagers who in their just dreams had seen themselves riding a white horse. And when that dream turned into a reality, and one day, one summer, they got that experience, that they got that chance of riding a beautiful white horse. How did these two boys feel? That is there in this chapter. The summer of the beautiful white horse. In the summer season, both teenagers who were so poor that they could never expect that they could ever own a white horse, they were riding that white horse. So let's begin this. The chapter is about two boys, Aram and Morad. Now these two are boys of Armenia and they belong to a tribe, the Garoglanian family. These two boys, the narrator of the chapter is Aram, and Aram is narrating how Morad one day came to his house and he invited him to ride that horse. What are the experiences of Aram? Because he's just a 9-year-old boy, and that is the beauty of this chapter. If a grown up had written this chapter, it would have been something else. But when a child narrates a particular chapter, you'll understand that the chapter is left simple and very easy, but at the same time, it shows the experience of a teenager. So let us begin this. I here in the story, the narrator is Aram. One day back there in the good old days when I was 9, I is Aram here, and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence, and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream. You understand how that age is. When below 10 it is, then people have everything, whatever they see, they find it curious, they find it beautiful, they find it magnificent, they find it mysterious. And the same thing was with Aram. My cousin Morad, who was considered crazy by everybody. This you have to see here. Morad was considered crazy because he could do anything. People could not expect a boy to do something. Morad could do it. So he was considered to be crazy by the family. Then was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me. Now in cousins, you know how cousins are related to each other and how they will never say that the other person has got this negative. Similarly, Aram also never found that Morad could have a crazy streak. Then came to my house at 4 in the morning. Now just imagine, he is crazy. He woke up Aram at 4 o'clock in the morning and woke me up tapping on the window of my room. He was standing outside and from the window he tapped. Then, Aram, he said, I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. First of all, Aram thought that he was dreaming. The reason he was woken up at 4 o'clock and what he saw was so unbelievable that he could not believe his eyes. He thought, no, I am dreaming again. Then, my cousin Morad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. This was unimaginable. Both of them were so poor, he could never expect that Morad could get a horse from somewhere. But what he saw, he thought it was another dream. Then I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. He just rubbed his eyes to see whether I'm seeing whatever I'm seeing is true or it's another dream. Yes, he said in Armenian. I told the boys belong to Armenia. Yes, he said in Armenian, it's a horse. You're not dreaming. Make it quick if you want to ride. Now for this boy who in dreams had every time seen horses, when he got a chance, he was so excited. Now see here, I knew my cousin Morad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake. But this was more than even I could believe. He could not believe his eyes. Then, in the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. Longing? Long-term wish. And what was his long-term wish? To ride a horse. This was the wonderful part. In the second place, we were poor. Students, here the thing is that why was Aram thinking that he was dreaming? Because whatever he saw, he could not believe his eyes. Then secondly, he got an invitation to ride. And he was thinking inside whether I should go, whether I should not go. Why was he thinking that he should not go? You will find here 3 reasons, and these 3 reasons are the character traits of the Garoglanian family also. So let us see what are the character traits and why was Aram hesitating inside. Then in the second place, we were poor. This was the part that wouldn't permit me to believe what I saw. We were poor, we had no money, our whole tribe was poverty stricken. Every branch of the Garoglianin family was living in the most amazing and comical poverty. Now you will wonder, how can poverty be amazing and how can poverty be comical? Let's see the reason here. Nobody could understand where we ever got money enough to keep us with food in our bellies, not even the old men of the family. Why is it amazing? Because it happened. The family was so poor, but from somewhere they got money to buy food. And it was astonishing from where they got this money. They sometimes thought that from somewhere it happened that they used to get this money. So that's why the poverty has been called amazing, because without that thing you're getting money from somewhere to eat food. That was amazing. And why was it comical? Let us see. Then, most important of all, though, we were famous for our honesty. We had been famous for our honesty for something like 11 centuries, even when we had been the wealthiest family in what we like to think was the world. Now, why the poverty has been comical, I'll tell you. Students, if there is a well and a frog lives inside the well, the frog thinks this is the well is the world and the sky. This is the only limit that I can see. And for the frog, that world, that thing is the world. But when the frog comes out, he finds out, okay, this whole is the world, it is so big. Similarly, till the world did not open up, the Garoglianian family thought, as we are getting money from somewhere to buy food, that means we are the wealthiest. And when the world opened, then they came to know they were actually not the wealthiest. So why the poverty has been called amazing? Because from somewhere they used to get food. And why is it called comical? Because they thought themselves to be the wealthiest and actually they were the poorest. And the next thing, which is very important, in spite of their poverty, they were known for their honesty. This is a rare thing that is there among people, but this was there in this family. So if you are asked the character traits of Garoglianian family, the first character trait is that they were very honest. The second character trait is that they were very poor and the poverty was amazing and comical. Let us see one more trait that is there. Then we were honest first, we were proud first, honest next, and after that we believed in right and wrong. That means they never thought, they just followed their heart. They said, yes, we are honest. After that they thought what is right and wrong. Then none of us could take advantage of anybody in the world, let alone steal. The first thought that came in Aram's mind was, Mored cannot purchase this horse. That means he has stolen this horse. And if I join him, I will also become a part in the crime. Who will listen to me? That whether I have been there in that particular crime of stealing the horse or not. So he was confused inside whether I should go, whether I should not go. But see what happened. Consequently, even though I could see the horse, students, it happened. He convinced himself when he saw the horse. All the other thoughts were removed from his mind. Why? Just see. And here you will find he was actually feeling that horse from all his senses. That shows how much he was crazy about horses. And in this paragraph, you'll see all those things which have been related to our senses have been written in italics. So this is the feeling of a 9-year-old boy. So overjoyed, so excited. And how he was convincing himself that I should go. So let us see here. Consequently, even though I could see the horse, so magnificent, even though I could smell it, so lovely, even though I could hear it breathing, so exciting, he was feeling it from all his senses. I couldn't believe the horse had anything to do with my cousin Murad or with me or with any of the other members of our family, asleep or awake, because I knew my cousin Murad couldn't have bought the horse, and if he couldn't have bought it, he must have stolen it. And I refused to believe that he had stolen it. Because he thought if he would believe that he has stolen, he would never be able to join him. So he said, no, Murad must not have stolen it. Now when convincing himself, then he joined. Sometimes this is reality of our life, students. We want to do something, we know it is wrong, then inside we convince ourselves, no, this is this way, that way. We find one or the other consolation and then we do that thing. Then here also he was finding that consolation. What was that consolation? He was thinking, Murad did not steal the horse. Then no member of the Garoglianian family could be a thief. I stared first at my cousin Murad, then at the horse. There was a pious stillness and humor in each of them, which on the one hand delighted me and on the other frightened me. Now these are two opposite emotions, student. He was happy, he was frightened. Happy, his dream had turned true. He got an invitation to ride a horse. Frightened, Morad must have stolen the horse. Now he was confused, what should I do? Then what happened? Morad, I said, where did you steal this horse? Leap out of the window, he said, if you want to ride. That means Morad did not give any answer, and if he did not give any answer, Aram knew he must have stolen. Then, leap out of the window, he said, if you want to ride. It was true then. He had stolen the horse. There was no question about it. He had come to invite me to ride or not, as I chose. Well, it seemed to me stealing a horse for a ride was not the same thing as stealing something else, such as money. Students, he had to convince himself, and he convinced, no, stealing a horse, stealing money. These are two different things. You are stealing the horse for ride, so it is not stealing. And convincing this, he joined Morad. Then, for all I knew, maybe it wasn't stealing at all. If you were crazy about horses the way my cousin Morad and I were, it wasn't stealing. It wouldn't become stealing until we offered to sell the horse, which of course I knew we would never do. All right, he said, but hurry. I leaped into my clothes. I jumped down to the yard from the window and leaped up onto the horse behind my cousin Morad. Now here I am ending the first session, but in this first session we come to know there are two boys, Aram and Morad gave an invitation to Aram to ride a horse. Aram was confused. He was delighted as well as frightened because he knew the reality of his family. Then we came to know the character traits of the family. One character trait we have left, which we'll do afterwards. That's about the crazy streak. That you'll come to know. And the next thing is that Aram convinced himself that it wasn't stealing, and he joined Morad. And now let us see what was the experience of the two boys. And you'll see the difference, how Morad rode the horse and how Aram rode the horse. So I'm ending this first session. Thank you.